Hello, Gabby Turner here, and welcome to this pick a card reading in which we're asking, what do they want you to say or do? So you can be asking about any person. This is meant to be geared towards a romantic connection, however, so probably those types of themes will come up. But I also want to remind you, before I show you the options here, timestamps are below with the names if you just want to go ahead and key into that. But just because someone might want you to say or do something does not mean that that is what you should do. You have to be true to yourself. But the purpose here is to give us an insight into what they are wanting, just so you know kind of what's in their head about it. You probably want them to say or do certain things, right? Like, generally speaking, as humans, we have what we want someone to say or do a lot of the times. That doesn't mean that they're going to say or do those things, but it's interesting to know what is in their mindset. So that is the purpose here, just so we're all on the same page. I just thought this was a topic that I don't see asked very much in pick a card readings, and it might be helpful for some people out here. So option number one, and again the timestamps are below, is Kuan Yin. So if you feel drawn to this goddess card, this would be option number one. Option number two is Xochiquetzal. I think that's pretty good. I'm sure it's pretty close. I believe this is an Aztec goddess, Xochiquetzal. So that timestamp is below as well. And our third goddess is Ixchel. And I believe she is a Mayan goddess. And then Kuan Yin, of course, is Chinese. So we have these three goddess cards here. Go ahead and get in touch with your intuition. And when you're ready, you can just use those timestamps below, and I will see you at your reading. I'm still here. I don't know why I held up two fingers. This is group one. Group one, Kuan Yin. I don't want to jump to conclusions that there's some connection to group two, but I suppose there could be. But group one, Kuan Yin. Wow, my stomach is growling. I hope the camera didn't pick that up. Let's see what your person of interest wants you to say and or do. I probably should have put it like that, say and or do, because maybe there's something they want you to say and something they want you to do. It doesn't have to be either or, but we'll get into it. I'm going to give a good shuffle here, so you're going to see me, or hear me rather, shuffling the cards. I will be holding the cards up so that you can see which cards I pull. It's kind of hard to shuffle up here when I don't have anything to shuffle against, but looky there, I did it anyway. This is a full theatrical performance. You're getting it all. All right. So for group one who chose Kuan Yin, what does their person of interest want group one to say or do? We get the Six of Pentacles. So I think they want you to be generous, and generosity can mean many things, but I feel like they want you, their idea of generosity here is for you to meet them with the equal energy that they're giving to you. All right, so all of this is coming from their perceptions. You might feel like you're already giving more than they are, you know, like, but this is what we're starting out with. They want you to be generous, to kind of meet them halfway. Yeah, and we have the Ace of Pentacles. What type of generosity are they most wanting? All types of generosity. They want your time, they want your attention, they want your nurturing. I think even material gifts, like they want you to be giving to them in all ways, like an overflowing of giving, overflowing of generosity, just giving, 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 giving. Wow. Now, how is this person seeing the two of you that they would want that? Because that's a lot to want. They want to basically be showered with your time, energy, attention, material blessings as well. Is the rest of it not enough? I don't think this person sees themselves as being selfish or like an entitled little piggy to want all that, but This is kind of what they're wanting. How are they seeing the two of you that they would expect that? They see you as the Princess of Wands. They see the energy. This could be, you know, I said in the introduction, you could watch this for something that's not a romantic connection. It could definitely make sense. But in any case, they see you as this Princess of Wands. They see the energy between the two of you as the Three of Swords. And they see themselves as the Three of Wands. This person knows that you have a lot going on for you in life, or that's how they're perceiving you. Like, Group 1's got it going on. They've got a lot to be doing. They've got a lot on their plate. I think they also feel like you are an energetic person, but you're an energetic person who has a long to-do list, right? For some of you, this could even be like, it's making me think of like a client who's coming to you and the client just wants all of your time. Like, what if you were a hairdresser or something and you had a client coming to you and they're like, they know good and well, like, you are packed on your schedule, but they still want that like one-on-one attention or something like that. But I know that a lot of you are probably watching for a romantic connection, and it's that energy of, I know that I'm inconveniencing you a little bit by wanting what I want, but I want it in anyway. With this Three of Wands, it's like they're like, I want the best for me. And the best for me is if you put me at the top of your priority list, even though I know that you have a lot of priorities. And the Three of Swords is the shared energy. So it's almost like there's a sort of woundedness that makes this person feel entitled to this. They're like, I know that I put you out. Like, I know that I'm inconveniencing you and causing you trouble by wanting all of this, but the fact that you feel inconvenienced by me makes me feel all the more like I deserve it, because it hurts me that you feel stretched thin by me. Does that make sense? Again, we'll go back to the metaphor of a hairdresser. You're a client that comes in, you know this is a hairdresser that has like a fully booked schedule. Maybe they're even trying to fit you in to their already fully booked schedule, and they're doing everything they can, right? Not only to fit you into this schedule, but to give you like the most excellent hairdo ever, like going out of their way. This Group 1, the person that you're asking about, they know that you are going out of your way, but at the same time, they know that it's an inconvenience to you and that it is stretching you thin. You know, I don't know, like, stretching you thin is an idiom, but I can't think of a straightforward way to say it. Like, you've only got so much time and energy. Like, you are coming through as an energetic person. You've got a lot of time and energy to give, right? You don't get drained easily, but this person is kind of draining you because they're expecting a lot here. And it's almost like it hurts their feelings that you are even slightly drained by the experience. And that's what makes them feel like, well, it's like an ego wound for them. Well, if you're drained by me needing to be fit into your schedule, then that just makes me feel all the more justified in asking to be fit into your schedule. This is their logic, you know, this is just where it's coming from. So if this were like a romantic connection, again, it's just like that you feel a little bit drained by them makes them feel that sort of ego hunger. Like that ego hunger, it's like an empty wound that needs to be filled. A little bit of like succubus or incubus energy here of, well, I just deserve this, and you should be glad to be drained. You should be glad that this is a bit draining to you. Or you shouldn't be drained at all. It should be fulfilling to you. You should be happy. You should be happy to have to overbook yourself or overextend yourself on my behalf. Okay, let's get a little bit more insight into how this person... Yeah, they want you to be very tender towards their sensitivities, right? This is a sensitive person. Like if they perceive at any level that you're like, this is a lot. This is a lot that this person is asking of me. If they sense at any level that you're feeling that way, it wounds them. It's like salt in the wound. Because they already perceive it at some level, or there have been moments when they perceived like you feel a little bit stressed out by their demands upon you. This person, what do they want you to say or do? They want you to say and do everything to reassure them that all you have is love and an overflowing, like, I am so glad to do all of this for you, and it's not an inconvenience to me at all. Like, because they're taking it personally. And I think on your end, it's just like all human beings only have a limited time and energy to give to anyone, right? Like, we're not limitless beings, but that's what they expect you to act like towards them. Like this limitless, benevolent being constantly pouring out and just glad to be pouring out without any, needs of your own. Because if you don't just keep pouring out just gladly, and as if it's the most fulfilling thing for you to possibly ever be doing is to be giving to me, then it triggers their wound. Even just like a slight bit of their picking up on you, like, oof, I feel a little tired, like might need a little break, from this person, or might need a little break from giving so much to this person. Any level of that they perceive is triggering that wound. This person, they want love, but they want love to be demonstrated in every, when we talk about the love languages, they want the love from you to be pouring out to them with every possible love language that you could do. You're going to have an upbeat personality on their behalf. You're going to be kind and hospitable on their behalf. You're going to make room for them on their behalf. Make sure they're comfortable. Like really go 125% for this person at all times, with every breath, with every fiber of your being. Otherwise, they will feel insulted, like a personal ego insult. I do feel that this is someone who doesn't really see the world beyond their own self-interest or desires. They know what they want out of life, and they have just decided that that's what they're going to get. And if they're not getting it, then someone else is going to have to get it for me. They can't really be comfortable in life if things are not going exactly their way. And of course, life doesn't work like that. So sometimes things are not going this person's way. But I do feel like they have also experienced, like they have a knack for getting people to do things for them. Because they exude a sort of like innocence or childlike quality or something like that. Where it's like a lot of people are glad to do things for this people. A lot of people are like willing to put themselves out for this people. So they've kind of gotten used to that. Like, people just do things for me. People know that I want this type of soda or that type of food, and they just get it for me because everybody knows what I like. And everybody knows what I want out of life, and they just do it for me. I can't explain it. I don't have that life experience personally, but this person does, and they've gotten used to it. Most of the time, they get what they want. you know, like when we spin the Wheel of Fortune, it's usually something positive. So I just feel like this person has experienced over and over this outcome of when they want a certain thing, they get it. Right? So if they went to a restaurant and they wanted things a very specific way, they would just say it, and they wouldn't think that it was putting someone out or anything. And if it wasn't just right, they would say that too. And I don't know, they're just used to people accommodating their desires and needs. And with you in particular, they like you because you are very graceful and kind about giving to them. Like, you usually do make it easy for them to get what they want or ask for what they want or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't make them beg for it, because they don't ever want to have to beg, and they don't want to ever have to feel like someone is seeing them as a burden or an inconvenience, even though they definitely are sometimes. And you are just a very gracious person, you know, like, I don't know, if you were in customer service, for example, you would be like the top-notch customer service person, like always going above and beyond, like making everyone feel good, right? And you do that for this person, and so they appreciate that, and they want you to continue to do that, basically. Anything else we should know about what this person wants you to say or do? And then we'll get some guidance for you about the person. Yeah, I mean, I just feel like this person is very fragile. It's very easy for them to get their feelings hurt. They do get wounded easily if they're not... I mean, we've kind of covered this ground, right? If they are not treated like that, oh, look at that cute little innocent person, they just deserve to be coddled and taken care of. If they're not getting that, they really are lost. They're almost lost in life, because, well, how am I going to meet my needs? And my needs and what I want is obviously the most important thing. And I thought everybody knew that. Okay, what's the guidance to you, Group 1, about this person? So the King of Cups. We have you represented by the 10 of Cups, and this person represented by the 4 of Cups. I think, you know, the guidance to you is that, first of all, we have all cups here, overflowing cups. You are someone who has a lot to give emotionally. That's the way it's coming through. So if you don't resonate with that, then this is not your reading. But with this 10 of Cups, like, you can be patient with people. You can be kind. You can be generous. You can be understanding. Right? And I think that you do have that to give. Like, you can do a lot for other people in order to make people feel good, in order to make people feel loved and taken care of. There's a lot that you do for people, and it, for the most part, it doesn't overextend you too much. But I think what your spirit guides want you to understand, because this person is the 4 of Cups, is that they are a little bit of a well that can never be filled. And they know it at some level, and they wish that they were not like this. This could be someone who just struggles a lot with their mental or emotional health. And I think what your spirit guides are saying is, like, they're not telling you not to keep being loving and kind and generous towards this person. You know, I think your spirit guides are saying, like, you have that to give this person, and it seems like for the most part it actually makes you feel good to be kind and supportive and loving to them. But I think that they are just saying, like, if you're hoping that at some point you can pour enough love into this person that they'll finally be happy and, like, stay happy, or something like that. Like, it's just not going to happen. This person is stuck a little bit emotionally, maybe in a cycle of depression or something, but like a lifelong, could be this person has a lifelong depression, and you may want to love this person out of that mindset and love them to the point where they are no longer experiencing depression. What it feels like to me is there's a type of depression called, they used to call it dysthymia, and now it's just called persistent depressive disorder, I think, in the DSM. I'm not diagnosing this person, can't do that, but I'm just saying, like, it makes me think of that, because it's like an acute means it, or like a chronic rather. Yeah, a chronic depression where it just lasts for a long time, sometimes for a person's entire life. And they might get used to that depression, and it's manageable. You know, they can go about, they can function. It's like a functioning long-term chronic depression. You know, like you hear about people being a functioning alcoholic. This is like a functioning depressed person. And that's very difficult to heal if it's kind of just someone's disposition, emotionally or mentally. I know you don't want this person to be experiencing that. You want them to be able to get beyond it. And I do feel like, you know, sometimes it is draining to you. Sometimes it's too much for you, because you do desire so much to be there for this person and to be loving and attentive. But I mean, I think that basically your spirit guides are saying, like, this person, they usually jump back. You know, if they are down emotionally, they'll get out of it. But they're probably going to keep having these moments where it's like maybe emotional numbness or emotional crisis, or even crying spells or things like that. Like, it's probably not ever going to totally go away, but your spirit guides want you to view it optimistically as well. Like, this person, they get back up on the bicycle, you know, because I do feel like you really worry about this person. You're concerned with their well-being. This person finds ways of getting through life and getting their needs met. And, you know, just trust that and go along with your own life and make sure that you're getting your own needs met, which I think that you are. To me, it's coming through that you are a very stable, grounded person, in pretty good emotional health yourself, you know. But I'm just laughing because I know I'm going to have some people watching this who are like, that's not me. But yeah. So, I mean, think basically, like, you're doing the right thing to be there for this person, and as so long as it's not too much for you, but also trust that this person is okay, and that understand that there is only so much you can do for them. Right? So I hope that makes sense. All right, group 1, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. All right, group 2, you chose this goddess card, Xochiquetzal. That has to be pretty close at the very least. But in any case, this is the goddess you chose, a goddess of gratitude. And like I said before, I'm pretty sure this is an Aztec goddess. And we're going to be looking into what your person that you're watching this for wants you to say or do. Now, based on the first reading, I would say this definitely, the way it's coming through, it definitely seems like it can be a reading that applies even to a platonic situation, or a romantic situation. So if you're here for either of those types of situations, I think that it can work based on how the first reading came through. But anyway, we'll see what's going on here. So what does this person want from you? I am going to hold up the cards, so don't worry. 6 of Wands. It's interesting. In group 1, we had the 6 of Pentacles come up. Six of Wands and the King of Pentacles. This person wants you to succeed. Yeah, this person is rooting you on. They want you to succeed. I feel like specifically in your career or in something where it would be about achievements, right? Like there are lots of things that we can achieve in life that are not specifically career related. Like, for example, running a marathon is for most people not related to a career. It can be for certain people, but, you know, whatever it is, they want you to achieve big. They know that you have your eye on the prize. They know that you have big goals for yourself. They do see you, I think, already as a high achieving person, an ambitious person. Yeah, they want you to achieve your ambitions. I feel like this person, this is someone, the person you're watching this for is someone who, they're very proud of their own life. They feel like they've had a good life. But I feel like they're this line in the background with the crown, you know, like, and the crown is making me think this person has good self-esteem about what they've accomplished in life. But at the same time, they're looking at you and they're saying, you have the ability to accomplish so much more, or such a variety, or such different types of achievements than what I have ever tried to accomplish. For some of you, this really, it feels like a mother or an aunt or grandmother, a mother figure. It could be anybody, whoever it is you're watching for, but like, it feels like this, like they're proud of what they've done with their lives, but they're looking at you and seeing so much potential to do something that's beyond what they've achieved, and or just a very different path than what they've achieved. And I think that they've already seen you achieve things that they are proud of you for, and that they feel that you should be proud of yourself about achieving as well. But yeah, I mean, basically they want you to achieve your goals that you've set out for yourself. They're rooting for you. Yeah, when I cut the deck, I get the Princess of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. I don't know if this person really voices all of this to you, because on both of these cards, the mouth is closed, but it's almost like in their head. Maybe they imagine conversations in their head where they're encouraging you, or they just think encouraging thoughts, even if they're not saying them out loud. But they feel proud of you. This person really genuinely feels proud of you. They really do. Very proud of you. I think that you do come up in conversations that this person has with other people as well. And they talk about, you know, they talk about the things that you have achieved or are trying to achieve in life. I think they also talk about the fact that maybe they haven't had the opportunity to really be there for you in the way that they have wanted with this Two of Cups reversed. Yeah. It's like, yeah, like you come up in conversation, other people ask about you, other people ask, well, how is group 2 doing? And this person says, they've really achieved a lot. You know, I wish I could have helped them more in life than I have been able to help them. But despite the fact that I haven't been able to help them as much as I wanted, they're still achieving, you know. And this person is like, you know, I know that they could get further or they could have gotten further if I had been able to help them, but I just couldn't. You know, we have the Justice reversed, like either they didn't have the means to help you or whatever. They couldn't help you as much as they wanted to in life. That's why it's really coming through as more of, it's not going to be this for everyone, but it feels more like a family energy, but maybe even for some people there were legal restrictions that kept them from being able to help you as much as they wanted. But they're like, well, you know, group 2 could have gotten even further, you know, if I had been able to help them. But either way, what they say is that they wish they could help you more, but you have done pretty well for yourself regardless. And I think they tell people also that they're very proud of you. It's very obvious, you know, we have, again, these conversations they're having with other people. And the other people who ask about you, by the way, they're doing it from a place of goodwill. It's they're not asking you out of a gossipy or maliciousness. They're asking because they also care about you and they also want you to be doing well, and they think that this person knows what's going on in your life. So that's just why they're asking. They're like, hey, how is group 2 doing? We hope that they're doing well, you know. And it's very obvious to these people from this person's response to them that they love you. Right? So whoever you're watching this for, it's obvious in the way that they talk about you. They really love and care about you. Oh my goodness. Like, super duper love and care about you. Like, if this is not a mother, like, they have the love of a mother for you. They love you as if you were their own. This comes up. I mean, you are coming up in conversations a lot. And I know some of you may not like that. But I want you to understand that it's in such a positive regard. Because I feel like there are a lot of people who feel disconnected from you. Like you're the hermit, or they're the hermit, and they feel lonely that they don't see you more often. But they want to know how you're doing. And they legitimately do not know. I feel like your kind of what's going on with you is hidden from people, and that's why you're coming up in conversation a lot. I feel like a lot of these people wish that they could talk to you, and maybe they can't, like you're just not around. All right, what does this person want? Anything else? I mean, I think we've gotten most of the gist of it. They want you to succeed. Yeah, they want you to achieve your goals, and they love you. I mean, that's most of it. Is there any guidance to group 2 about this person that they're asking about? What's the guidance? Don't worry so much. Maybe you've had anxieties regarding this person. Maybe you have even worried what they think about you, or worried if they care about you, or something like that. Because your spirit guides are just saying, like, don't worry about that. This person cares about you very much. It's not any sort of burden to them to be concerned about you. They feel almost like it's their obligation to be concerned about you. And I think your spirit guides are saying, yeah, it is their obligation to be concerned about you. This person should be. Like, I really feel like for a lot of you, this is a family member, and I think your spirit guides are also agreeing with this person that they could have done more for you than what they did. And there might have been moments where they chose the easy way out by not supporting you more. Yeah. There are moments when this person was not there for you when they could have been. They kind of just disappeared or something. Left you in certain moments of misery when they could have reached out. They could have been more openly and actively supportive, and they chose not to. Even your spirit guides see it. I don't think your spirit guides are judging this person, because we all have to make our choices in life and live with the consequences. But it's just a sort of validation or confirmation to you that whoever this is that you're asking about, they dropped the ball on you at certain times. And, you know, in order to make it easier on themselves. Yep. They chose the easy path at certain times rather than being there for you when they really should have. But I feel like on your end, you don't hold it against this person. It feels like you're not necessarily holding a grudge. And to some extent, you do still see this person almost like as a cornerstone of support for you in some kind of way. Like maybe you see them as, well, I could reach out to them if I wanted to. I think you do feel loved by this person. You know, again, it feels like a sort of motherly energy. Or fatherly even. King of Cups. Or this could be like an aunt and uncle or grandmother and grandfather, and you're thinking about the two of them together as being a loving presence, even if they're not as actively involved in supporting you as maybe they should have. I mean, your spirit guides are even saying they should have been. I feel like you wouldn't even say that. Like maybe you wouldn't want to label it that way or judge them that way because you do feel loved by them. Maybe you're not seeing it as their obligation exactly, but your spirit guides actually are like, yeah, it has been their obligation to be there for you, and they did actually drop the ball. And, you know, it's like in the big scheme of things, it's small potatoes, I guess, that they weren't there for you because you maybe needed that extra level of challenge that you experienced due to their lack of involvement. Or it's something that you could handle, whether you necessarily needed it. It did serve, having that extra level of challenge in your life has served to help you to understand who you really are and what you're really capable of and what do you really want in life, right? Because if they had been more involved, they also might have been more involved in like making big life decisions for you as well, right? Rather than you kind of figuring out who you are as your own person. And it has been good for you, World card again, for you to be able to figure out who you are on your own terms, right? Because a lot of times in life we do try to live up to our family's expectations and things like that. And I think there might be regrets for you either way. But to be honest, like if these people had been more, this person or people had been more actively involved in your life, the successes would not have even felt as good in a way because of the kind of codependence that it would have created of you living your life to suit them or to make them happy. And with it being the other way around, where maybe they weren't as involved in your life, it's almost like you can feel the love for them and from them more strongly, because the love isn't attached to, well, I gave you this or I did this for you and so you should live your life in such and such way, right? You've had more freedom to define your life on your own terms. All right, so I feel like that is pretty much all that I have to say for group 2. I hope that it was helpful. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Hello, group 3. You chose Ixchel. It says Reinvention as your goddess card. So we're going to be looking into what the person on your mind is wanting you to say and or do. And both of the readings so far have been easy to apply to like a platonic situation. So definitely, I hope there are people watching for those types of situations, because that That type of circumstance seems way more applicable than what I thought it would be when I started recording this. I thought it would be more geared toward romantic, but it can apply to romantic as well. It can apply to both, but okay. We'll see what happens in yours, but okay, what? Each reading can be very unique, you know? All right. I am going to show the cards as I pull them, but so you can see I'm shuffling. What does group 3's person want them to say or do? We have the High Priestess. They want you to be able to intuitively understand certain things or pick up certain things. This is interesting because I feel like, so this person is the Princess of Pentacles. They are a more grounded, reality-based person, and yet despite that, maybe they know that you're an intuitive person, and they're like, well, I hope that group 3 is using their intuition to understand what I'm thinking. Isn't that weird? Like, they couldn't be expected to do that, right? Because they're they're grounded in reality. So you'd think that they would use a more practical way of speaking to you. But instead of that, they want you to intuit things. They want you just to kind of know things in a more psychic or intuitive way. I do feel like they're viewing you as someone who has a strong skill set. So I guess they believe in psychic things, and they believe that you are strongly psychic. What are they wanting you to know? What are they wanting you to know? What are they wanting you to know? Their energy is the 3 of Wands, and then we have the shared energy 5 of Cups, and your energy is the Devil reversed. Well, yours might be the one reading that seems more geared specifically towards a romantic attraction or something, because I feel like what they want you to know is that they are attracted to you without them saying it. They might feel like they can't say it for some reason, like it wouldn't be appropriate. Yeah, they're like, it may not be appropriate to say it out loud. But I want you to know that I am attracted to you. Because I feel like with this Devil reverse, they feel like that side of things, like especially a sexual or any sort of physical intimacy, they feel like that would probably never be fulfilled. That it can't be fulfilled between the two of you. Yeah. And maybe that it should not be. But they still want you to know that they're attracted without them having to say it. So I guess that's where they want you to use your intuition rather than say it in a more practical way, because it wouldn't be appropriate. This is interesting. Okay, what does this person want you to say or do? Why do they want you to know this then? I don't know, guys. It kind of feels to me like they want that energy to be like hanging in the air. That energy of we're attracted to each other, to be kind of like hanging in the air so that they can still benefit off of, well, we both know that we're both attracted to each other, even if like our hands are tied and we can't act on it. They like the emotional intrigue of both of you having this shared secret. Kind of like an illicit attraction that is not being pursued in a tangible way, right? We're both feeling the energy. We both know what's going on here. I think this person, if this is a situation where there's not necessarily anything that would prohibit the two of you from going down that path, it's that they have too much fear about going down that path. And they actually feel like if they spoke it out loud, you would be like, okay, yeah, let's make out or whatever. Like so there could be two different situations. In one situation, it's like it wouldn't be appropriate. In another situation, it might be appropriate, and yet this person is just afraid of going down that path. They're afraid of what their own emotions might reveal to them if they really got involved. Like if the two of you did kiss or whatever, you know? But they still want to be able to feel that mutual energy in a more, I don't know, psychic way, or just like picking up the vibes. You know what I'm saying? In layman's terms, they want you both to like kind of be picking up the vibes without taking such an emotional risk of making it explicitly stated out loud, right? Like we're not actually going to say out loud that we have these feelings for each other. We're not going to voice it. We're not going to take any actual action on it. But like, it's still kind of nice for us to both be able to like feel the energy of it. What else should we know about what Group 3's person wants Group 3 to say and or do? They wouldn't mind actually for you to reveal your interest a little bit more openly, but they don't want to have to take that risk. Yeah. They're like, if anybody is going to reveal their feelings or interest openly, it should be you, Group 3. I don't know. I mean, this person is, they do like to think about what could be, you know, like building castles in the air, like, wow, what if we really did just give in and go for it? Like we could have this great life and be really happy together. But there's just so much hesitation, which could be for different people. It could be for different reasons, but I think for most it's either like they have fears of like really having that much of an emotional connection to you and what it would mean, and it seems scary. And for others, again, it could be like that they're afraid maybe it wouldn't be appropriate. I think too, like for some of you, like, I mean, they do feel like this attraction is mutual, but at the same time, they're scared to be wrong about that as well. They're like, ooh, what if I voiced it out loud and I found out that Group 3 actually is not interested in me that way at all? You know, like that would be awkward times 1,000, you know? So they're just kind of in playing it safe mode, basically. Anything else to know here? Your spirit guides are like wanting to give the tea. They're like, yes, there is more. Yeah, this person is a little bit obsessed with you. They do have a bit of an emotional, even maybe psychological obsession or fixation on you. They're a bit obsessed. I feel like you are somewhat oblivious to the degree to which this person is obsessed. I mean, you might pick up a little bit as well that they do have this interest in you, but like, no, they're kind of obsessed. They're kind of obsessed with you. I think it even causes them some psychological torment at times, like, you know, because they feel these competing interests of like, I want to be able to like feel this vibe with group 3, but I also don't want to risk getting hurt or risk doing something inappropriate. Yeah, so I'm asking, is there anything else? And we're getting 3 cards reversed, so that's a no. So your spirit guides have said all they need to about what this person wants you to say or do, but let's see what their guidance is for you. What should group 3 do about this situation? Or what's the guidance from your spirit guides? Ultimately, you have to make your own choices. But what's their guidance or insight for you? What do they want you to understand here? The 2 of Wands, so they're saying like, allow yourself to understand that it is healthy. There's nothing, it's healthy. This is a healthy mutual interest. Like, it's nothing that you should feel bad about. You shouldn't feel bad about this. I think basically what they're trying to say is like, sometimes it's nice and good for us to have a mutual crush on someone. Your spirit guides are just definitely confirming that there is a mutual crush, and it is kind of mutually beneficial in some way. But also, okay, I think what they're saying is like, the way of going about it to kind of like step cautiously around it is also healthy. Okay, your approach is healthy. Because I think maybe both of you are stepping cautiously around it. That is a healthy approach, your spirit guides are saying. Step cautiously around it. Yeah. It is good to play it safe. Like, it's probably healthier just to have that mutual interest and let it be that without trying to make it something more or like voice it out loud. That's probably the best approach, I feel. You know, that really seems like the best approach there, is what your spirit guides seem to be saying. You can always get a personal reading if you're wanting to have something that's directed specifically towards you and your situation, and the links for that are below. But yeah, that's what I've got for your reading today, group 3. I hope it was helpful. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.